Kevin here on behalf of Simple Tech Reviewers. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to change an oil on a 1991 Toyota MR2. This same principle applies to pretty much any kind of car. First thing you want to do is make sure your car is jacked up and it's on jack stands in a stable location. Right now we're over the K-frame of this car on the back because this is a mid-engine car. The engine is in the middle of the car. That's why I have it jacked up. If you have any, most cars you jack it up in the front because the engine is in the front. This being a mid-engine vehicle. As you can see here, mid-engine. I did have to jack it up in the back. Step one, jack it up. Position your oil drain pan below the oil pan there. As you can see, we have the oil pan right there with the 14mm bolt. I also like to give the car a good shake before getting underneath there. Step two is to undo oil cap here. Put it off to the side. I like to put it close by. It acts as a vacuum. You also want to make sure that your car is propped up using some chalk blocks here for the front so it doesn't roll over. And also make sure your e-brake is on and that you're in gear so it does not roll forward. Yeah. Just as another precautionary step, I like to usually disconnect the battery while I'm draining oil. That way you don't accidentally start the car or someone else start the car. Not that you would, because the engine doesn't have any oil. Okay, so on to step three. We're underneath the car now. Got my 14mm socket. Place over the drain bolt. And just go ahead. Crack it open. Sometimes it does take a little bit of force, so once you get it cracked open, you should be able to unscrew it by hand. Sometimes it is a little difficult, so. Also, when you're changing the oil, it's a good idea to replace the gasket that's on the drain bolt because they do wear down over time and start leaking. You can master the technique that I'm using right now, which is putting a lot of force on the drain bolt and then letting it go all at once. And you can see here the black oil is coming out. And like I said again, you want to have your oil filler cap off because it does act as a vacuum for the system. Having it off makes it easier, makes the oil come out much easier. And also having the car slightly warm, I've found makes it easier to drain the oil out. We'll get back to part 4 while we wait I would say a good 15-20 minutes before everything's completely out. Next off, I'm going to show you folks how to remove the oil filter. This being a mid-engine car, it is a little difficult to work on, but luckily for me, this is the 5S FE, the very common Camry motor, so the oil filter is at an easy to reach location. But sometimes it is hard to remove, so you may need a tool, but it looks like it's coming out. Just unscrew it. Again, when you reinstall the filter, you don't want to tighten it too much because you want to be able to remove it by hand the next time. But take it out, examine it. You want to make sure that the gasket came off with the car with the oil filter so you don't have any issues putting in the new filter. If you accidentally double gasket the oil filter, you'll run into some leaks. Then just go ahead and just put it to your put it in the drain. Okay guys, step 5, preparing the oil filter for installation. What I like doing is taking a little bit of motor oil, pouring in about half to get it going. And then I also like to take a little bit by finger and lube the outer sealant ring to help it seal better on the. There we go. I am using Toyota genuine filters. I highly recommend always using genuine oil filters with the proper one that the manufacturer recommends. Okay, now I'll be installing the oil filter. Got it right here. Just want to go in here, find the port. It is hard to see on some cars, and then just hand tighten it in. And you want to tighten it till it's snug, not too tight. And then when you feel that it's snug, give it a 1/2 turn to secure it. And there we go. Okay, the oil has been finished draining, so now the final step is to reinstall the drain bolt. Got it right here, has a new gasket on it. First thing you want to do is hand thread it in, if you can find the hole. Just want to hand thread it in first, so you don't strip any threads. Then take your 14mm and just ratchet in. And again, like everything else, you don't want it too tight. Just snug. And that's it. Alright, now you want to take the jack stands out and slowly lower the vehicle. Key word is slowly here, so you don't damage anything. Let me put my camera down. Just lower it. Just like that. And then pull your jack out. Okay. Okay, folks, final step here is just pouring in the new oil. Today we're using Castrol GTX high mileage, as you can see there. This MR2 does have 212,000 original miles, so I've heard that this is the best recommended oil for the application. The 5SFE from the 2.2 liter calls for 10 weight 30. I highly recommend using a funnel for this. The engine takes about 4 quarts, so we're going to put in 4. Close off the thing, wait a day, and then top it off. Highly recommend using a funnel like this with a bendable hose so you don't make a mess. As you can hear, I'm going to position the camera so you folks can see what I'm doing up here. There we go. Just want to pour it in slowly. And I'll get back to you folks on when I got the whole 4 quarts in. Can now proceed to replace the oil cap. I have a TRD one. Yours is going to be a plastic one, most likely. Make sure it's tight, make sure it's sealed, and yeah, that concludes the changing of the oil for this 1991 Toyota MR2. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Kevin on behalf of Simple Tech Reviewers. Please do remember to comment, thumbs up, subscribe, tell us what kind of videos you wanted us to make. Sponsors, please send us parts to review. This is Kevin signing out. Thank you.